1. I'm recording now. Hello! Welcome back to the Chilled Society. My name is Hannah. We have a special guest today. Katie's going through it. Would you like to introduce yourself, special guest? Go for it.
Hi, I'm Dustin. I'm here again. It's me again.
It's Dustin.
Woo, it's me again.
Woo!
Here I am.
Hi, I'm moving my laptop. It me, Katie.
Great. It is indeed Katie. With a glass of water.
Dustin 2
Water.
Electric Boogaloo.
Dustin 2 Electric Boogaloo. Dustin and I are both drinking G Fuel. I have the Tiny Tina flavor. Dustin has Ice Shatter, the one of the Mortal Kombat flavors.
Mm-hmm. Blueberry lemon, specifically.
Yes.
And like earlier stated, I have water.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of these days, we'll get Katie to have a G Fuel on the podcast.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. We always record
try.
so late.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
do be late at night.
It do be like that sometimes.
It is 10:20.
Yeah, and we just started recording. Katie's literally been here for like 5 hours.
Yeah. You know?
That's the usual.
Yeah. So we do kind of have a set topic in mind for today. Because there's, compared to what we talk about on the podcast, there's not a lot of crossover appeal for Dustin.
No, not at all.
Because Dustin does not listen to K-pop.
Nope.
Like, Dustin does not read.
Not at all.
So, where does that leave us?
Not a whole lot.
So now, we're doing video games, potentially, kind of.
Something about video games, I don't know.
They exist.
They do exist.
They do exist.
It might end up going completely off the rails.
As this podcast usually does.
Yes.
I beat you to it.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're
welcome. I don't remember what I was going to say. It's gone.
I'm not in your head. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
Great.
Sweet!
I'm glad we figured that one out. I'm, like, nervous.
Don't.
I know.
Literally. I'm sorry.
Don't. Yeah, have you tried not?
Like, literally...
I'm sorry, that wasn't helpful.
Don't.
Literally been dating Dustin for 4 years. He's already been on the podcast.
Indeed.
And yeah, I'm somehow nervous to do this.
How are you nervous, but I'm not? I'm the special guest. You do this, like, every week.
I don't know.
How are you the nervous one?
Sometimes I get nervous when we have guests on.
This is episode like 31 or something.
Don't be nervous. I won't be off the rails.
I will be.
We might pull you off.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
physically force you off the rails.
Like,
Hi,
just
that's the chair.
push me.
We're just gonna...
What is going on? Are you okay?
I'm uncomfortable.
Katie is
Okay.
assuming some sort of bird fighting stance.
I'm not really sure what's happening.
I'm so uncozy.
Okay, you readjust. Let's move the table out.
No, we're fine.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, everything is creaking and squeaking.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
This is what we're doing now.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Katie, for the remainder of the episode, will be in a bird fighting stance.
No,
Yay.
I'll probably move again. But that's
Okay.
what you're getting for now.
Great.
And you should have got comfy cozy before we started.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, comfy
Okay.
cozy?
Nope.
Nope.
Unless I'm on the floor, it
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's a gay thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Nope.
I know.
Nope.
We were talking about this before the podcast started.
We were.
Gay culture, you know?
For some reason, I gotta be on the floor.
Yeah.
I gotta.
It's a thing.
It is.
I can't say that I've got to be on the floor.
Or I have to
Are
sit
you
in...
more comfortable on chairs?
Yes.
That's weird.
Or
Well-
I have to sit in, like, a weird position. The only time I sit normally is when we're recording. Like...
Well, I sit Indian style
Clearly,
most of
I
the time.
do not.
Like, I sit Indian style most of the time. I don't really like sitting, like, normal, like, sitting with your legs straight in front of you.
Yeah.
I usually do, like, a half Indian style. Like, I'll sit on my one foot.
Yeah.
With my one
See,
leg.
I do that, but then my foot goes numb.
I just forget about it.
Great.
I just sit on my foot and
Great.
forget about it.
I'm glad. See, already off the rails.
Yeah.
We're talking about sitting styles now, and how it's a part of gay culture.
It is.
Video games, right?
Video games. I have no script. I'm going completely blind, just like they are.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing. We don't script. We just plan a topic, and then we go.
Yeah, like...
We might do research depending on what it is, then we just go.
Yeah, like the last time I came on, I had like a whole thing I was reading. I had a whole note sheet in front of me. I don't have anything for this.
Yeah.
So.
I'm actually sitting normal, by the way.
Katie is no longer in the fighting bird stance.
Woo! So I'm gonna start off by saying that, okay, so first of all, if my mom watches this or listens to this, she's gonna be disappointed in me. I'm getting a video game half sleeve, right? And that's how I'm gonna start this. My main focus is Pokemon, which I still need to email Aaliyah and let her know what Pokemon I need.
Yes.
Or want, not need. Words.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. I'm also incorporating Stardew.
Love that game.
And Undertale.
Yeah.
And The Binding of Isaac.
Love that game.
And when I email her about what Pokemon I'm including, which are a secret. Well, 2 of them are a secret.
Secret.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the ad-libs.
Secret.
Oh no, it's gone. Oh, I might want to add some Neopets. Yeah.
You've been on a Neopets kick recently.
I know. I said that if I won the Mega Millions, I would be buying Neopets.
Like the whole company and reviving it.
Oh.
Yeah, I would buy the domain and revive it.
I also thought she was talking about like an animal or 2, but she was talking about the whole company.
Yeah, no, the whole company. I would also probably buy Club Penguin.
Huh.
Reopen that.
That'd be sweet.
Right?
Love Club Penguin.
Right? With 220... Well, at the time, it was $220 million after taxes and everything. You could do anything.
Yeah.
But now... But, like, as of last night, the jackpot was, like, $1.2 billion. Which is insane.
Someone hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Wasn't us.
No.
We played. Wasn't us.
Unfortunate. My dream of buying Neopets and Club Penguin will die for now.
Has to put back on the shelf.
Yeah. Has to wait. Katie, not really a gamer, right?
Not much.
What have you played?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I play very specific games.
Okay.
And not often.
Yes.
So...
Perfect topic for Katie today.
Yeah, it really is.
So my main game that I play is Oxygen Not Included. You ever play that?
Never even heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Oh.
I've heard of it.
She's a bop. She's great. She's a delightful game. You try and get people to survive, but they don't listen to you. Ever.
Oh.
It's very frustrating, but very fun.
I have never played it, but I'm pretty sure Markiplier... Yeah, Markiplier played it. That's how I know what it is.
They legit... The people that you select get themselves killed. Just... Like, what the heck?
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, who? Did you ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Can't say that I have.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was never a computer games kid.
Did you ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon? Did you ever make the awful roller coasters where everyone fell off at the end? Oh.
No.
Hannah's a sociopath.
No.
More 11.
No, I don't take the ladders out of the pools in Sims. I don't do that.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, that chuckle is a little,
A little
suspect.
sus.
Little
Sus?
Among Us in real life.
Oh my god. That's a game.
That is a video game. Among
Wow.
Us.
Oh, I did play that.
Yeah. Why did you look at me like that when you said that?
I did play that.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either. I don't know. Among Us is fun. It's I don't know.
It's a fun game to pick up every now and again.
Yeah. Same wavelength.
Jinx.
What did you say?
Jinx, you owe me a soda?
Oh.
What did you think I said?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know either, man.
I just be hearing stuff, you know?
Oh. What you be hearing?
Mm-mm.
Just stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah?
Wonderful. Really narrows it down.
Anyways, you should play Oxygen Not Included. Very fun.
Okay.
Oh. Will do. I was a big purveyor of Angry Birds as a child.
Yeah.
I was a big purveyor. I had every single Angry Birds game on my mom's phone.
Did you play Temple Run?
I was about to say I'm more of a Temple Run. I was more of a Temple Run kid.
Temple Run was so fun.
I would just sit for hours and just play.
Yeah, I had a strategy where I would, like, there was a upgrade you could buy where it's like you double tap the screen and you have like
Oh my god.
invincibility wings for like a minute, and like
Mhm.
if you fell, you just get revived, and they were like kind of cheap. So I just like every time I would play, I would get as many coins as I could, and I would just buy them and like have like a stockpile of like hundreds of them. And then like whenever I got like nervous that I was gonna fall, I would just tap the screen and it would be like my fail safe. So I would get like way far in it, but then it just got boring,
That's fair.
as most mobile games do.
Yeah. I played Tomb of the Mask. That was a fun one. I beat the whole game, but I'm pretty sure they added more levels now. So
As they do.
yes. I'm trying to think. Fruit Ninja. I played a lot of Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja was fun for the first couple a year after it was out, and then it was just like you're just slicing fruit.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Most mobile games are like that. Like it's like your life for like a year, and then you're like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
Like Clash of Clans, I've had like 3 separate times where I've put like years of time into it, and then I delete it, and then I re-download it like 2 years later. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play this for another year of my life, then I delete it.
Yeah.
It's just a cycle.
I've seen it happen at least twice since we've been dating.
Be like that
Yeah.
sometimes.
I played Crash Bandicoot.
I did not play Crash
I've
Bandicoot.
loved-
I have it on the Switch. I've never
I
played
also
it.
have it on the Switch. I play it for so long, and then it frustrates me, so I stop playing. And then I'm like,
I
I'll
feel
play
that.
it again, and then it...
I love frustration games, low key. I have a whole entire. I've been thinking in my head this whole time
Okay.
because I don't like free. I live a very winging it lifestyle, but like in terms of like this podcast, I like to have at least a general idea of what I'm doing. So this whole time I've been thinking about what I want to talk about. So I have like a whole thing. So
Great.
you guys, you can just continue, and you can get to me eventually.
Is it about hard games?
No, it's about just my gaming history as a whole.
So here's the thing about
Yes.
me. I'm not much of the video game player. I'm more of board games.
That's fair.
Love board games.
Board games are my shit.
Love board games.
They're so fun.
I can love board games.
They're so good.
The only problem with board games compared to video games is like you have to have people to play board games.
Yeah.
And if people don't, if your friends specifically don't like board games, then you're just kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Or
whereas a
if
video
you're-
game, you can just play it whenever.
Or if your game nights always tend to lean towards specifically Jackbox and
Mhm.
spoons.
Yeah.
Fucking spoon.
That's like the TikTok I saw where it was like browsing my hundreds and hundreds of games for me and my friends to play, picking out very specific games for specific situations, and then it's a quote. Let's just play Cards Against Humanity, and he's like heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how most people are. Like they just gravitate towards like the main games that they've played.
Yeah. Because, like, Cards Against Humanity is fun, but
Oh,
I can't play it all the time.
It gets so when you play it like 10, 15 times, you start to know all the cards, and it's
Mhm.
just not fun anymore.
Mm.
But like that's why they make expansions. But like I don't want to buy expansions for it.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those games where it's like if it's like a classic party favorite and you're always playing it with all your friends, then you get the expansions. But
Yeah.
if you just break it out from time to time, it's not really worth getting the expansions for.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I bought I Would Kill Hitler. Because
Good game.
it's...
It's a little hard. There's a lot of thinking that's required.
Yeah, but it's similar to Cards Against Humanity, but it's also vastly different. So
Yeah.
it's a good
Middle
refresher.
ground.
Yeah, and I have the 2 booster expansion pack things.
Well,
for
that
it.
was just because you backed it on Kickstarter, so
Yeah.
you didn't have to really buy them. You just had
Yeah.
to pay a little extra.
I only paid like $20 for all of it.
Yeah.
Well, and shipping, but
Yeah.
Next game night, I want to bring my K-pop game to see if you would be able to play it.
Darius
Oh.
would play it too.
yeah,
Ooh.
Darcy would play it. Yeah,
Shout out Darius
Ooh.
yeah. Shout out to Darius.
if she's listening.
I don't think she listens.
That's all right.
We should invite her to listen.
Shout out Darius anyways.
Yeah.
Especially to one of your K-pop episodes, she'd be in heaven.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
You should make her a guest with a K-pop episode. She would love it.
We could. We definitely could.
Yeah.
There's a third person where we live that listens to K-pop.
Yeah. Woo!
Jinx.
Thanks. Well, technically fourth. Sean did. I don't think Sean really does anymore.
He does listen. The thing about Sean is he only listens. He only listens. He doesn't actually get into the K-pop.
Yes.
He just
listens to the music.
And I'm just like, can you please like talk to me about K-pop? And he's like, no. And I'm just like,
Sounds like a Sean
okay.
thing.
That does sound, yeah.
Sound? Sound like a song thing?
Whatever. I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's gone.
Perfect.
We play an unhealthy amount of Jackbox.
Yes, a lot of Jackbox.
Every time there's a game night, it's Jackbox.
Because
every time.
Jackbox is just so perfect for just, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
And you don't have to set it up.
Yeah, and you can be
Yeah.
vulgar and they don't care.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest keys of it, is that you can be vulgar.
But yeah, Jackbox is fun. Smash Bros. Was a party game for us. It was a game night game, but like...
Until Hannah gets mad at me because I beat her.
No, I don't get mad when we're in a group setting usually, unless it's a really awful, like, you don't let me get a hit-in kind of kill.
Which is
then I
usual,
get mad.
Which is usually the case.
No, when there's a decent group of us.
Yeah.
Like, when there's 4 of us playing, I don't get that mad usually.
Just me and her. Oof.
Yeah, I rage quit.
We're
all
on the
time.
verge. We're on the verge of a breakup every time. That's not that bad. But
No, he's exaggerating.
that's what I do.
I do get frustrated though.
Understandable.
Smash is fun.
That's all right. I mean, it's fun, but
Yeah.
it kind of gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to just break out.
Yeah. I wish Isaac didn't have such a big, like, not learning curve, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would be a fun game to play at game nights too. But the runs can get so long.
Yeah. And people don't want to devote a bunch of time.
Yeah, and it's really only like, I don't think you can have more than 2 players for co-op.
Yeah.
Or maybe they changed it with Repentance, but
Who knows?
I don't know. We don't play co-op.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Yeah, never.
So.
Probably should. It makes completion work so much easier. I can start with my history of gaming.
Okay.
So feel free to cut me off anytime because I'm probably gonna go on a huge tirade, but that's not the right word, is it? Tirade? No.
Tirade.
Tirade. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Iron?
Like you're just like going on and just keep
Rant.
talking. Yeah, kind of like a rant. So out of the 3 of us, I would consider myself definitely the biggest gamer of us 3. And I've had a lot of stages of gaming in my life. Because gaming is very important to my life as a whole. Some of my earliest memories I can remember is playing I was born in '99, so right around when the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube were dominating the world. And some of the best games of all time come from that era. But my brother was also a big gamer when I was born, so that kind of helps. And but yeah, like there's definitely some games, and I'll mention a bunch of games that I played. But I've went through a bunch of stages in my life. Like early gaming was my brother had a GameCube, and he would play games. These are all classic GameCube games like Smash Bros. Melee. He would play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Love that game.
That game is fun.
Game is so good. And just a bunch of other games like Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Most Wanted. And then eventually, another one of the biggest games of my childhood was Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Genesis. I still play it to this day. I still play every game I've mentioned to this day, but that was a big... Like, I'll kind of save the big games for, like, their own little special segment, but I guess I'll start with Streets of Rage 2. It's a really old fighting game on the Sega Genesis, like I said. I think it was released in, like, 92. But I have so many memories of playing co-op with my brother and my dad on that game. Just because it's, like, it's a fighting game, but it's not, like, Mortal Kombat, and it's not, like, you don't have to know any, like, intense button combinations. Uh-huh. Like, you just have to... Hannah's played it, because I've made Hannah play it.
Yeah. Can confirm.
You just kind of, like, go through a bunch of levels and, like, fight a bunch of, like, bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all it is. And, yeah, definitely a lot of memories with that game. still to this day, I mean, I had a Facebook memory pop up the other day of my brother tagging me in a post from like 11 years ago. So I would have been like 12 at the time, and he said beating Streets of Rage 2 on Sega, because I was over his house and we were just playing it. But that's definitely the first game that was like one of my core memories of gaming. And then I got my very first. Technically, my very first system was a Game Boy Color or Advance. I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I had one when I was like really, really young. Like I'm talking like 3, 4 years old. Just for kind of like, it was kind of like a phone before a phone. Like if we went on a long car trip, they'd just like give me my Game Boy. I had a Rugrats game, I remember. I don't remember any of the other games I had. I had a Rugrats game that I remember very specifically. But yeah, I don't really count that though, because I had like 3 games for it and I only played like one of them, which was the Rugrats game. So I don't technically count that, but my first actual genuine console was a GameCube. Mm-hmm. And I still remember to this day, the day I got my GameCube, I was so excited. I'm just thinking about my game history, and I'm going to go on such a long rant because I have so much to talk about. Because I'm still in the first stage. There's like 12 stages. There's not that many, but yeah, I got a GameCube, and it was like, I didn't remember specifically the game I got with it. It was like on a Christmas or my birthday kind of situation. Mm-hmm. And I got the GameCube, and they bought me The Incredibles, the game. That was my very first game I ever had.
Hell yeah.
I owned myself was The Incredibles. And I remember I played a lot of it. I was still very young at the time. Like, I was maybe 5 or 6. So I wasn't really good at games yet, obviously. As a 5 and 6-year-old usually isn't. But, you can...
Interjection.
Yeah.
Plug and plays. On the TV.
That's a history. That's one of my stages.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were definitely... Me and Hannah, we had the same plug and play.
We did.
And we're definitely going to talk about it when we get there.
Did you ever have a plug and play?
Do you know what a plug and play is? Those little they're like a controller in your hand, and you just plug them into the TV, and they have like 5 old games on them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like it was like a controller with like a joystick, and you just held it in your hand, and you just played the games on the TV.
Nope.
Yeah, we both had the exact same one.
How
weird is that?
We did.
Exact same one. But
yes.
Yeah. We will definitely talk about it when we get there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we had that exact same one.
Plug and plays were so fun.
But yeah, and then I remember for some reason, I remember my first game, and I remember my second game extremely vividly. My second game was Sonic Mega Collection.
Yeah.
It had like a bunch of Sonic games on it. I love that game. Mostly Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I have a lot of memories of that game. I won't get into it though. But what I will get into is... I don't remember what game it was. It was definitely one of my first 5, but I specifically remember a memory of me running. Like, my mom worked during the day, and I was home because I wasn't in school yet. And I remember she came home the one day, and she had groceries, and I ran up the driveway to meet her. And, I remember she told me, she's like, oh, I got you this game. Like, I didn't ask for it. She just kind of got it. Because I didn't know it existed. Because I didn't, know games existed at the time. I mean, I did, but, like, I didn't know any of the good games. And Hannah knows how much I love this game. So she knows how much I'm about to go on a tirade about it. Oh. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite games of all time. If anybody who's listening has played it, they know how good this game is. Do you have know what the Simpsons Hit and Run is?
Nope.
It's like a cult classic GameCube game that was basically like GTA, but it was like the dumbed down version of GTA. Like GTA was like mature, you had guns, you killed people. The Simpsons Hit and Run was basically the same thing, except it was rated, I think, T for teen. Mm-hmm. And there was no gore, there was no guns, and if you ran people over, they just kind of fell over and then got back up. You could steal cars and stuff, but it wasn't like you stole them, you just kind of jumped into it.
Okay.
Like, the driver of the car was still driving the car and you were the passenger. It was weird. But anyways, that game was so fun. I remember I beat the game as a kid, and then I remember I would delete the save file, beat it again, and then I found out about cheat codes. This game introduced me to cheat codes because I remember there was one where there's a bunch of cars in that game. Like, a big facet of that game is driving, and a bunch of the cars in the game, like, there's like mission specific cars that you can't drive in the game. But I remember if you get 100% completion by doing all like the side quests and stuff, you could get a cheat code that unlocked every single car in the game. And it gave you like a whole separate menu and you could pick what car you wanted. And I remember that to this day, every time I play Sim Sit and Run, which I've probably beaten that game at least 15, 20 times. Like 100%
He
of it
loves
beaten.
that game.
I literally, she's watched me play it, like now. I still love that game. Every time I play it, I beat it. So many memories on that. And like I said, that game introduced me to cheat codes. So, like, I did the moon jump cheat code. I did, like, the no gravity cheat code. I did, like, the cars explode when you touch them cheat code. Like, I did all of them. And, like, I just remember, like, back before I had any responsibilities, like, I had to go to school or anything, I remember just sitting there. There's this water in, like, the first level where it's, like, if you touch it, it's instant out of bounds. You just go back to the main thing. I remember getting, like, the biggest trucks and driving it into the water and then getting out before it went in the water so it was still sticking up and I would jump up on top of it and, like, be over the water. It was, like, the coolest thing in the world to me at the time. That's still my first stage, so I'll take a break and let those two talk, but
well,
I still have a lot to go.
Is your second stage the plug and play? Because we can segue into that.
I mean, I'm still technically not done with the first stage, but... well, I'll continue, then we'll get to plug and plays. This won't take long. And Hannah knows this too, because I've talked to her about this. Probably the reason why games are so important to me, and this is about to get sappy and emotional, so, they're really a way to connect with my dad when I was younger. Because, I mean, me and my dad were always close. We're still close to this day. Nothing ever went, like, bad or anything, but, there was a specific games, and these games are very weird games. That we, like, there was, I think, three games that they're like the holy trinity of the games I played with my dad. And they were just the way that we bonded. Like, I mean, father-son relationships are always hard because it's like, you know, he teaches you how to be a man or whatever, like, whatever the stigma is, but it's like, it's one of those, like, not lovey-dovey, tell each other you love each other. I mean, me and my dad tell each other that all the time, but, like, it's just one of those things where they're just, like, it's just a different kind of relationship, so, like, whenever we played the games together, which was very frequently, it was, like, it kind of, like, removed that layer of masculinity, and we just kind of had fun together. You know about all three of these games, because once again, I've told you about them.
Yeah.
The first game being NASCAR 07. Couldn't really tell you on the PlayStation 2, which by this time I had a PlayStation 2. My brother-in-law gave it to me. Cody gave it to me.
Yeah.
For free.
Shout out Cody.
Shout out.
Because if your sister listens.
Yeah. Shout out Cody and Tiffany.
Yeah.
Shouts out, baby.
Shout out.
But yeah, he gave that to me for free, and the NASCAR 07 was on the PlayStation. I wasn't even a NASCAR fan at the time. I just kind of liked driving around, and my dad was kind of a NASCAR fan, so we played it. We played it all the time. I mean, just all the time. Just loved playing that game. Like, we would just race each other, wreck the computers, make a big scrapyard. It was fantastic. We play that game all the time. Another one, and I still want Hannah to play this game to this day, because I don't have it, because it was only on PlayStation 2, and I don't have a PlayStation 2, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. Also a very weird game because at the time I was not into Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. Didn't know any of the characters. Now, I've since watched the show, so I know about them all now, but basically it was kind of like chess. Like, you have these pieces, and they all moved a different way, and they all attacked a different way. So basically it was like chess. It was kind of like chess, but like advanced chess. And I didn't really realize at the time that it was like chess. I just thought it was a fun game. But yeah, we played the crap out of that game too. Yeah, we played that all the time. There's like different elemental. It's kind of like Pokemon in a sense, where it's like different elements and like light strong against dark, water strong against fire, stuff like that. It was a really fun game. It was from I think 98 maybe, even before I was born. Something really old. Which leads me to the most important game, I think, of my entire childhood, and maybe even the most important game of my whole life. I think I have 3 games that I would say are the holy trinity, again, of my most important games of my life, and this is definitely one of them, is Mario Kart Double Dash. Hannah knows about this game, too.
Yes. He's had me play it.
It's just Mario Kart on the GameCube, but it's kind of in the same realm as Streets of Rage 2, and this is why it's one of the most important games of my life, is because there's just so many family memories connected to it. I played my dad all the time in this game, all the time. And, it's one of the games where I feel confident that if I took a GameCube over to my house today, right now, my dad would still play with me. My brother played it a ton because, like I said, he had a GameCube before I did, so he played it a ton. My sister played it a ton. She's not even a gamer. She played it a ton. And this is another memory that I have. I remember one day, I don't think the power was out, but something was wrong with our TV maybe, or something. My mom, not a gamer, never plays video games. Probably hates video games, right? Never played them ever. I was just sitting in my room playing Mario Kart, as I do. My dad, I don't know where my dad was. He might have been asleep, or he might have been over the road, maybe as a truck driver still. My mom comes upstairs, comes into my room, and was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just playing Mario Kart." And she's like, "Can I play?" It's the only time I've ever seen her play a video game. She was awful. She'll still tell you to this day she was terrible. But, that's just such a memory for me, because I think it's, literally the only time she ever played a video game, and it was with me playing Mario Kart. That's just something you hold on to. So, and like I said, I still, just like all my other GameCube games that I've mentioned, I still play this game to this day, still own it. I remember, just because, I was a kid, and all kids are bad at taking care of stuff, so, back in the day, I would, take the game out and not put it in its case, leave it out, it would get scratched up, we couldn't play it, we'd have to buy another copy. So it's I've probably owned at least 5 or 6 or 7 copies of that game, but it's just so fun, and every time I play it, it just brings all those memories kind of flood back in. So yeah, that's my end of my phase 1. So we can finally get some other people talking, not just me.
You're fine.
You can talk about plug and plays at the start. So.
Well, yeah, Did you ever have a DS?
I did.
Oh. Did you play Nintendogs?
I did. I loved my DS.
Never played Nintendogs. Had a DS, never played Nintendogs.
Had so many DS games.
Me too.
I had this entire satchel full of frickin' DS games.
I loved the DS. My hot take, right? I think this might be why I love the Switch so much. I think the DS and the Switch are probably the 2 best consoles Nintendo has made.
Absolutely not. I disagree. GameCube is one for me. Also, the Wii.
I never got to play GameCube.
The Wii?
Wii's definitely up there,
The Wii is number 1, and is not even close, in my opinion.
I have some thoughts.
Okay.
Some thoughts.
Not on that.
That's fair.
I have no thoughts on that.
That's
don't
fair.
care. No, I remembered some games I used to play.
Oh.
On the DS and Game Boy.
I'm ready. Oh, Game Boy.
Yes. Oh my god, what was the name of that one? What's the ape?
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
What's the ape, she says.
I used to play Donkey Kong. That's the first game I remember playing. That's it.
Ever?
On the Game Boy. Donkey Kong. And then I remember the cartridge wouldn't work sometimes, so we would have to blow it out.
Yep.
And it would be so frustrating because it would halfway turn on and then turn off, and I'd be like, "Ha! Please!"
You go.
So
I have a Game Boy Advance
Donkey
story.
Kong. There was, I don't remember if it was on the DS or the Game Boy. That's So Raven.
Probably Game Boy, because I think they Because I had a Lizzie McGuire game.
I
for
also
Game Boy
played that
Advance.
one. Oh my god.
It's so fun hearing other gamers completely different games that they played as a kid.
Yep. I played Lizzie McGuire and
Yep.
That's So Raven.
Was it Lizzie McGuire 3?
I don't... Maybe?
Oh,
I don't know.
it was so fun.
Those 2 games. Those 3 games made my childhood. Like, they were so great. Frustrated, though, because I couldn't beat one of the missions on That's So Raven,
Oh.
and I quit playing. I
Oh.
was like, huh, no. Because I always got caught. You had to, like, hide in, like, a locker or something, and I just couldn't beat it. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Dustin is zoning out so hard right
I
now.
was like, okay. I mean, that's how you two probably were when I was going on a spat about games from like 22 years ago at this point.
So I inherited my Game Boy Advance from my god sister, and she had to get one of those little like lights to hang over it because the screen was so dark, and
Classic.
I couldn't play it because it was still too dark for me, so we had to buy a DS. That's how I ended up getting my first DS, because
Sweet.
I wanted to play Game Boy games, and the Game Boy Advance was too dark.
Mm.
So I ended up, what Game Boy games did I have? Lizzie McGuire, Dogs, where you took care of a dog, shocker.
Shocker.
Pokemon Leaf Green. That's a big
Yes,
one.
Classic.
That's a big one right there.
I had the Power Rangers game.
Ah, I love that.
Huh.
I love that for you.
I also had, oh my god, the Land Before Time game on the DS.
I did not have that.
Oh.
I've never heard of any of these games.
Oh, she was sweet. A frickin' delight to play, honestly. I loved playing the Land Before Time.
I've never played it. I don't remember a lot of the DS games I had, which you had a DS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No?
I don't think I really had a DS until the DSi, honestly.
I constantly
I never had
played the
original
DS.
DS.
I had a DS Lite. My gaming systems went Game Boy Advance, DS Lite, DSi, Wii, Switch, I'm pretty sure.
See, the thing is,
I've had so many.
Well, I bought an Xbox 360, but
Where's it at now?
here. Is it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. It's not plugged in, though.
I bought it off of her.
Yeah, he did.
the thing is while everyone had cell phones, I did not. So,
Agreed. Big agree.
Mm-hmm.
So I would play the DS
Yeah.
or the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Because I did not get my first cell phone until sophomore, junior year of high school.
Really?
I didn't
Yeah.
realize it
That
was that
long.
long.
Uh-huh.
I probably got mine like 6th going into 7th grade.
Same. That's when I got mine. Because I was going to the pool a lot, so my mom wanted to know when I was home.
Great.
It was late.
However, my first
Probably
cell phone...
better. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's probably better that you didn't have a phone until that
Yeah.
late anyways.
However, my first cell phone was a slide phone. It was not...
Ooh.
Yeah, I had a
Like
slide...
a sidekick?
I don't remember what it was.
My brother had sidekicks all the time.
But I had a slide phone. And I never, this is not video game related, I never had an iPod Touch. Because I know that's what a lot of kids used. Is that what you used as a replacement for a cell phone?
Yeah.
Basically.
I had a Nano.
Yeah, I think I had every single generation of iPod at one point in my life besides the first gen. When it didn't have a screen and it was just a little rectangular, like...
That was me. I had that one.
Yeah, I did not have that one.
There was no screen. It was just a square like this big, and it had a play button in the middle,
Yep.
skips, a pause button, and volume buttons. That's it. That's all it had.
Yeah. I had every other iPod besides that. The short, chunky one, the one with the video camera on it, I had all of them.
You had to like if you wanted music, you had to like plug it into the computer and like download it.
Yeah.
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 Ugh, that was awful. That was
Oh
an
my god,
awful time.
kids don't know these days.
Yeah.
I
that
used
was-
to burn CDs all the time.
My dad taught
all
me.
the time.
My dad still burns CDs to this day.
I probably would too, honestly.
Because he doesn't take his phone with him, so he's just like,
Yeah.
so he doesn't have an aux, so he's just like, I'll make a CD and play it.
Mm-hmm.
Just an old school way of thinking, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
weird to
CDs.
think that it's weird to think that burning CDs is an old school way to think now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We grew up in such a weird generation. Like...
We grew up in the technological boom generation.
Yes. Like, I genuinely think that, like, 97 to, like, 2000 should be separate from millennials and Gen Z. Like, we are literally our own weird generation.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean that in, like, a...
The trauma generation.
I don't mean that in, like, a we're so quirky and special way, but just, like, we grew up with both, like, the stuff that kids from the 90s and late 80s grew up with, but also what kids a lot younger than us grew up with, which is insane to me.
Yeah. Like when we were born, like people were still using Walkmans and stuff, and like now it's
burning
like,
CDs.
Now it's like weird to see someone use an iPhone that has a button at the bottom.
Yeah.
For a home, that's weird to me.
And those phones aren't even that old.
Yeah, they're like 3-4 years old at this point. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
like more like 5 or 6, but
I think they got rid of the home button in like 2017.
So,
I think.
Yeah, like 5-6 years.
Yeah,
that's still not that old.
No, it's not.
Like people will come into the place where we work, and the place where have you said what the place where we work on the podcast?
I think once, but I tried to not say it.
Okay, so the place we work, there's a lot of phones at the place we work. Like the clients will have a lot of phones, and sometimes they'll show me the phone, and they'll have the home button at the bottom of the iPhone. I'm like, ew, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Mine has a home button.
How old's your phone?
It's an iPhone 7 Plus, so it's old.
It's not. I mean, that's still.
They're on what, 13?
Yeah.
Last year.
8 is where they got 9. Like they skipped 9.
Yeah.
It went 8, and then 10 was the first one that got rid of the home button.
Yeah. I would know.
So mine's the last one, technically.
No, they got
8 had it.
8 came out right after mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 Pro.
I'm getting a new phone soon.
I'm also should get a new phone soon, but.
Sorry. Now that we're off the iPod talk. Other games I played this weird, like, clothes making game called Pop Cutie. It was so fun. A car started outside.
A thought occurred to me.
Yes.
I don't remember what website it was on, but I remember making potions.
That's called alchemy.
That is called alchemy, you're right.
I don't remember what website it was on, but I remember, like...
There was a game on Neopets called Sophie's Brew where you got to make potions. I played a lot of random ass games when I was younger. Like, I was a gamer in, like, the regular sense of, like, I played games on the DS, the Wii, but I also participated in a lot of online games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I played on websites, everythinggirl.com.
Was not me. Definitely not me. I played Pop Tropica and Club Penguin. That was about it.
I played Pop Tropica, Webkins, Club Penguin, Neopets, a couple pet adoptable websites like Chicken Smoothie.
Shocker.
I still have my
theme?
original account.
There's like 17 different pet games.
Yeah. I still have my original account on Chicken Smoothie too from like 2008. I still have my original account. I had my original account on Club Penguin and then I forgot the password. Yeah. Pizza Pie 63. What's good? Let's go. I'm trying to think of what else. I'll get to my Sims in a bit. And, of course, Pokemon.
Yeah, you'll have your own... You'll be like me and have your own little segment about that.
We can all talk about Pokemon. Yeah. But I have a specific part of Pokemon that I have to talk about. Plug and plays. I'm so sad. I'm so sad you never had a plug and play.
Plug and plays were fantastic.
They really were. If you don't know what a plug and play is, and this is also... Which you already kind of...
I've already kind of described it, but...
You know the 3 little, like... I think...
AV adapters.
Yeah.
Yellow, white, red.
I think a lot of modern TVs don't even have them anymore.
Oh, no, definitely not. 100% not.
You would plug all 3 of them into the back of the TV, and then you had, like, a little box with a joystick on it, and that was how you played.
And a button or 2.
Yeah, and that was how you played. I had, I think, 3 of them. The one that we had together, a Littlest Pet Shop one, because I loved the Littlest Pet Shop when I was a kid, and a SpongeBob one.
SpongeBob one's another classic one.
I had 4. I had a Scooby-Doo one as well. I forgot about that.
the one that we had was the Miss Pac-Man one.
Yep.
And if anybody's played Plug and Plays, that's like the classic one.
It really is, yeah.
It had Miss Pac-Man.
Pole position, I have it pulled up.
Galaxian.
Galaga?
Oh, that had Galaga?
Yeah, Galaga.
I thought that had Galaxian.
Galaga, pole position, Xevious, however you pronounce it.
That was the weird game of the bunch.
That was the weird...
I never played that one.
Miss Pac-Man and Mappy.
Mappy is such a weird game because...
We have it in common.
Yes. And like I said, me and Head have been dating for almost 4 years, and we could not have been cut from two more separate cloths.
Mappy.
Like...
I'm showing Katie Mappy right now.
Like, Hannah and I are from completely different backgrounds. We live completely different lives. It's like a shocker that we even met in the first place. And, like, clicked and connected in the first place. But somehow, this weird, off-kilter, not super popular game, we both shared a huge common interest in.
Yeah.
Like, this was another game that I played with my dad all the time on that little plug and play.
Yep.
It was like the one we always played, the one we always tried to set high scores on, and every time you turned it off, the high scores would reset anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like we tried to keep it on to keep the high scores on, then it would just turn off by itself because it was overheated or something.
Oh, Mappy is so fun.
Mappy is so fun. I'm not expecting probably anybody that listens to this to know what Mappy is, but...
I feel like some people will.
Maybe.
When I was in my first semester of college, my roommate, her then significant other, and I drove literally like 2 hours to Binghamton, New York, which we're nowhere near that, so I'm okay with saying what it was. I think it was Binghamton or Syracuse.
I think it was Binghamton.
I think it was Binghamton. And we went to a place called Robot City Arcade, and they had a Mappy machine there. That's also where I played Mortal Kombat 3 for the first time. They had a Mortal Kombat machine there, too.
Mortal Kombat's dope.
So I played that for the first time, and I played the shit out of Mappy while we were there.
Yeah, it's just such a weird off-kilter game that we would both
Yeah.
have such a childhood revolving around.
Both of them did know Mappy, though. I
Yeah.
will say that. Both of them did know Mappy.
It's like a weird like mouse cop game.
Yes.
And the cats are the criminals, and they stole like TVs and
treasure and stuff,
and you have to collect all the treasure, and then they chase you.
Yeah.
It's such a weird
fun.
game.
Bad dream.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. It really is a lot of fun.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. It's gone. You go.
I only have 5 stages of
Oh
games.
gosh. Okay.
So we've already done one, which was like early childhood GameCube nostalgic games.
Yes.
Stage 2 was the plug and play, because the plug and play was important enough to have its own segment. And I can maybe go into stage 3.
Probably.
Which is probably it might be my longest one.
Oh god.
It shouldn't be that much longer than the GameCube, but it was the Wii era.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like even if you're not a gamer or you don't game, everybody experienced the Wii at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when it came out, my brother and sister both had one. So I was super jealous because, they were adults and they could just go out and buy it. So I remember specifically every single time I'd go over to their house, because it released in 2000.
Six or seven.
Six, because that's when the early games came out.
Mm-hmm. That was the first ever home console I owned.
So they bought it in 2006, both, not right when it came out, but like a couple months after. So I was super jealous. I remember every time I go to my sister's house or my brother's house, I would play the Wii every single time with them. Some of the specific games that we played, obviously the classic, everyone knows it, everyone loves it, Wii Sports. Everybody's played that game. Have you played Wii Sports? Please tell me you've played Wii Sports. Katie, have you not played Wii Sports?
Katie.
Katie, you've got to play Wii Sports.
Maybe when I was, in school, when we had to.
Probably.
Like bowling and fighting and tennis.
Like bowling. That's about it.
That game was so good.
Wii Sports is so fun.
I never, played it on my own.
Wii Sports was the big one, and I'm saving another one of these games. Okay, I've decided that I've made the holy trinity of my most important games of my life. It's now 4.
Right.
I don't know what that would be. instead of Trinity. But there's 4 games, so I'll get to the one. But, like, we played a lot of...
Quartet.
Yeah. It was the quartet of my most important games of my life. So... Wii Sports. We played a lot of shovelware, too, but, like actual Nintendo shovelware, so, like... There was a Dr. Mario game on there that was absolutely fantastic. Both my brother and sister had it. Another one, me and my brother played the shit out of this one, was Bomberman for the Wii. It was a Wii Shop game. That was so fun. And then there was a couple more, like Wii Play was another one, or like Wii Fit. You know, like those were the big ones. But the game, okay, well I'll get to the game in a minute, but you probably already know what the game is. Anyways, fast forward about a year later. At this point, it's the Christmas of 2007. So the Wii had been out for like a year already. Mm-hmm. I remember Christmas Day. How old would I have been at that point?
8.
I would have been 8 at the time. I remember on Christmas Day, I had a bunch of presents, as you know, a kid. Usually, well, Christmas time, bunch of presents. I'm opening them, and I open up a bunch of Wii games. Because I didn't, spoiler alert, I had a Wii. I got a Wii. I didn't open it first. I opened the games first. Because they didn't tell me, hey, open this before these. So I'm like, oh, it's a Wii game. And I was like, but I don't have a Wii. And I looked at my mom, and she's like, well, maybe you can just play it at your brother and sister's house. And I literally, as an 8-year-old, was like, yeah, you're right, I could take it over there and play it. Like, literally, I had no idea that I was getting a Wii. Even though, like, looking back at it now, it's like, how do you not realize you're getting a Wii when you open Wii games? But they said their story, and I fell for it. So, like, I would open Wii game, another Wii game, and be like, oh, I can't wait to play these at your house. Then I finally opened the Wii. I still think it is the most I've ever freaked out at a Christmas present, because I wanted a Wii so bad. And there is nothing, I'll say this, there is nothing like back in the day when we were kids on Christmas.
Yes.
And just opening something that you've wanted for so long, like a Wii or a DS or anything. Yeah. And just playing it all day. Because, like, even just doing stupid stuff like making Mii's and, like, going through the Weather Channel, like, all the stupid stuff that wasn't even playing games that I would do because I love the Wii so much. Still love the Wii. Still own one to this day.
Same.
Praying it does not break. Praying yours does not break.
Mine won't break. I haven't used it in a very long time.
I mean, there's still probably a lot of market for Wii's, but there'll be one day they all break, and I don't want that day to come. I love the Wii so much. So yeah, I have a soft spot for the Wii. Played a lot of games on it. Like, I had, like, the guitar... That's where I played Guitar Hero for the first time, was on Wii. There's a lot of off-kilter games, too, like Super Monkey Ball. I love Super Monkey Ball on the Wii. Like I said, Wii Sports, Wii Play, Wii Fit, had all those. Boom Blocks was another one. That was directed by Steven Spielberg made that game. Weird. I think. Don't fact check me, but...
Don't fact check you.
But the game that I have not mentioned yet, and Hannah probably already knows this game too, because I've talked about it a lot, played it a lot, that I will consider my second game in my quartet of games is Mario Kart Wii. Yeah. Another Mario Kart, shocker. They're not all Mario Karts, I promise. But, yeah, Mario Kart Wii was just an absolute... I probably put at least 1,000 hours into that game. Like, even more than Double Dash. Because I remember I'd always play it at my brother's house. I'd always play it at my sister's house. And back in those days, like, they had, like, tournaments they would run, and they'd have, like, cool special little challenges they'd run. But, like, I don't know, there's just something about that game that's just absolutely magical. Like, yeah. And Hannah knows this, too. I still watch Mario Kart YouTube to this day. Yeah. Mario Kart Wii. That game came out in 2007, so that game is what?
It's old.
14 years old, and I still watch people play it to this day. Mario
Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii is an unmatched time in my life.
I think the span from Double Dash to DS to Wii will never be topped. Those 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Just so good. I never really played Mario Kart DS because I never really had a DS, but if I played it when it came out, it would definitely be probably in my top 4 because that game is fantastic.
The balloon races in those games, so good. Did you ever play Mario Kart DS?
Not Mario Kart, no.
Oh, they had like the balloon battles. Oh, they were so good. Best balloon battle they've ever put in a Mario Kart game.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Double Dash. But yeah, Mario Kart Wii is definitely one of my most played games of all time. One of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
I remember, and this is also a fun fact. I've told you this before. Mario Kart Wii is the reason I found out what YouTube is. True, that's a true story because I remember my brother, like I said, it was at my brother's house, so I played all the time with him. And we would talk about how, like, we were not that good at the game because I was still a kid and I was just playing it. And he would show me world record runs on tracks, like time trials, and he's like, look how good these people are. And I was like, how do you get these videos? Like, how are you finding them? He's like, oh, it's YouTube. And that introduced me to YouTube. And now it's like, I watch YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy that game is what introduced me to YouTube. But, yeah, just like countless hundreds of hours in that game. I remember I would take it over to my cousin's house and we would play online.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a whiteboard in her basement. And we would write people, like, because you would play against random people. And we would write, like, the people we liked and the people we didn't like on the whiteboard. And it was so fun. Like, just that game has just so many memories for me. And I still, like I said, still play it to this day. Still just amazing. Still fantastic. Still holds up to this day. I mean, you can still play it to this day. It's just as good as the new Mario Kart, but...
I forgot to mention, when I was a wee bab, one of the girls that used to babysit me, we played RuneScape together. And that was one of my introductions, like, side introductions to YouTube. Because when we were playing RuneScape, whenever one of us, like, lost, because you could, like, die and stuff. Whenever one of us died, we would watch, like, Charlie the Unicorn.
Sweet.
I also got introduced to SpongeBob Saw.
I remember SpongeBob Saw. I watched SpongeBob
And
Saw.
it freaked me out because I was, like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
I found it again, like 2 years ago. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I want to watch it now.
And
that you mentioned
it scared me as a freaking 6-year-old.
I wanna
But
watch
I was
it.
also a little kid
Yeah.
going to Catholic school.
Yeah, it
so
was
that...
like it was like all hand drawn on paint.
Yeah.
Like it was
bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
My Sims.
Okay, Hannah's going over. Take it over for this.
So, okay, first of all, I understand the Christmas thing because that was when I got my guitar and all the Guitar Hero games when I was like 11. I did not stop playing those games for like 4 years straight.
Yeah.
That was all I did, was play those. And when I finally got my 2DS, I played Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire with Theo. That was all I did, was play Alpha Sapphire, Guitar Hero, Alpha Sapphire, Guitar Hero. Like, just back and forth and back and forth. One of them would die, or I'd get bored of the other, or I'd get bored of one, and then I'd go to the other. My Sims was literally just Sims, but for kids. Like, there was an actual, like, plot and, like, storyline you had to follow. And looking back on them, they're definitely not, like, the best games ever. They're not. But I used to... My mom and I, specifically in the summer, there was a family video within walking distance of our house. And we would walk down, and I would always go to, like, look at the DS. Oh, sorry. I would... I got hair stuck. Don't look at me like that.
I'm just looking, man.
But we would always go walk down and, like, I would go look at the movies and I would look at the games. And that's how I got introduced to Pop Cutie. Because they randomly had it, and either Theo or I rented it, and we let the other person try it, and we both fell in love with the game. Like, the two of us played the crap out of Pop Cutie. But that's how I found My Sims. Because My Sims Party, I think, was down there. And My Sims Racing, and I played the shit out of My Sims Party and My Sims Racing. Like, I would rent it for 5 days. My mom and I would take it back down, and I would rent it immediately again. Like, they would check it back in, and I'd be like, I'm ready to rent it.
Sweet.
Like, if you would have gone down there around the time, I think when they got rid of the gaming section as a whole, they got rid of the Wii games then. All of the, like, save files, all the top scores were probably all me in the My Sims games. Every single one.
Sweet.
Because I was the only one that rented them after a certain period of time. And they're really, I don't know, they're definitely kids games, but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Specifically the last two, they're very story driven. The last two are My Sims Agents and My Sims Sky Heroes. Very story driven, very worth it. They're a lot of fun.
I still have not played them. Hannah wants me to play them.
I want you to play My Sims Agents specifically. However, the one thing I did not like about the series was that the DS versions were so different from the Wii versions. Because,
well, that's usually how it is with handhelds.
But, like, completely different. Like, different storylines in both of them. Like, the DS version of My Sims Agents had way less characters. The plot was a lot shorter. And I remember I was looking up stuff, because I think I had played Party Racing and Kingdom for the Wii. And I owned the Agents version for DS. And I remember I was looking on, like, the wiki or something, and I was like, who are all these characters? It was like, who's Brandy? Who's Morcubus? Well, I knew of them. Yeah.
Morcubus?
That's his name. That's his name. Like, I knew of them from Kingdom and stuff because they were, like, side characters or, like, side parts for the plot. But they all had, like, these huge roles in My Sims Agents. And I was like, who the hell are these people? It's because the DS version is completely different from the Wii version. It was unfortunate. What was I gonna say? It's gone. I didn't have a big 3DS era. I'm just gonna put that out there now. I really only played Pokemon. Like, I really just played Pokemon. I bought Ocarina of Time, and I got through, like, half of that, and then I stopped playing my 2DS, and then I got a Switch, so.
I've had so many consoles. Like, I've had a GameCube, I've had a PlayStation 2, I've had a Wii, I've had an Xbox, I've had 360, I've had a Switch, I've had a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 3, I've had Game Boy, I've had a DSi, DS XL, 3DS, 2DS, I've had a PSP. Like, I've had so many.
I never had a PSP. I wish I would have.
It was like a worse DS.
I wasn't allowed to have a PlayStation, though, so it would have been worth it for me, probably.
Yeah, for sure, but
I think I know what your other two stages are.
they're pretty obvious.
Call of Duty and Minecraft?
No. That's my two stages are PlayStation 3 and my games now.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Well, you just named the other two games in my whatever it's called.
Your Holy Quartet.
Holy Quartet, but we'll get to that.
Katie, I feel like you haven't been talking a lot.
You definitely have not talked a lot.
I feel bad.
Mostly because you're just kind of sitting there like, uh-huh.
I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I only have two other games that I remember that I played, but, like...
Go for it.
And just rattle them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, rattle those two games off. There was the Super Mario Brothers DS game.
Oh.
With the 8 different worlds.
New Super Mario Bros.
I remembered my other GBA game now. Super Mario Bros. 3. The game was so fun.
Yes.
The new Super Mario Bros. With I mean, yeah, they had the 8 worlds, but like it was kind of like 2D, like old school Mario, like just like side scrolling. And you got to the flag at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like you had the big mushroom that made you super big, and you just kind of like ran through the whole level. Yeah, New Super Mario Bros.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That game's class. That's like one of the best selling games of all time.
I fucking love that game. That helped shape me as a human.
New Super Mario Bros. Shaped me as a person.
I feel like that shapes a lot of people when they play it.
I don't know where it is, but I still own that somewhere. And then the other game that I remember playing, which it was just a couple of years ago, last time I played it. Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls.
What a random...
Health potion? Diablo?
Yeah, Diablo.
That's a Diablo flavor.
What a random game.
Yeah,
Literally, you're like, Mario, That's So Raven, Diablo 3.
Diablo 3.
Yeah, I think that's the only game I ever, like, really played with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Aw.
yeah, my brothers got me into that game.
I can see that.
Yep.
I can definitely see that.
I was a witch doctor. Yeah.
Have you ever played a Pokemon game?
Yeah.
Like, besides Go? What did you just rip off?
I never, like,
Part of my phone case.
Great.
great. I never, like, got really into the other games.
Unfortunately.
It's worth it if you ever want to. It really
If
is.
you ever change your mind.
Yeah.
We got a bunch you can borrow.
Yeah. It's it's worth it,
Okay.
I think.
So good.
Well, you've played Go. We've both definitely played Pokemon Go.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah. Hundreds of hours, hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Hundreds of dollars in gas.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There's probably 3,000, honestly, 3,000 miles on my car alone. From driving around town, driving to other places while playing Pokemon Go, like... Oh. Stop picking your phone case apart.
Sorry, Mom.
Great. I played a lot of Pokemon. That was what really kickstarted my, video game love, I think. Pokemon Leaf Green, which I will reveal the two Pokemon that I'm getting in my tattoo that are not secret. It is Bulbasaur, because he was my first starter, and Growlithe, because he's my favorite. I love Growlithe.
Bulbasaur's whack.
You're whack.
Worst starter in Gen 1.
No.
No cap. Case.
And I have, okay, I played Gen 1 on the 2DS because they re-released Gen 1 and Gen 2. And I've played the remakes of Gen 3. I have not played the original Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Yeah, that's the only gen I have not played the original of.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
That's like the best one.
And I'm pretty sure Emerald was at the store when I bought Leaf Green. And I'm pretty sure hold on. I'm pretty sure I remember asking my mom to buy me 2 games. Like, I'm pretty sure I asked her to buy me Emerald and either Leaf Green or Fire Red, but she only bought me Leaf Green. And then I acquired Fire Red years down the line at this random, like, thrift meetup thing that we held at the high school. Someone was selling it for like $15.
Probably go online, it's like $70 now.
Oh, probably.
Ridiculous.
And I think he was selling, because he had Emerald too, but he was selling that for a lot of money, and I could not afford that.
Emerald is still a lot of money. It's like
Yeah.
$300 for a game now.
Yeah.
$300.
But I've played at least one game from every gen since. Because I did not play Diamond or Pearl, but I played Platinum.
I played Gen 1, I played Gen 2, I played Gen 3. I have not played Gen 4. Yeah, I have. I played Gen 4. I have not played Gen 5. I have not played Gen 6. Have not played Gen 7, and I've played Gen 8.
Yes. And we're going to be playing Gen 9.
Yes.
Woo!
Woohoo.
Most important game in my entire life, my favorite game of all time, is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Darkness and Sky.
Indeed.
It's my favorite game of all time. I don't even know what to say about it other than I love it. And if you've never played it, I recommend it, which I know you two have not played it. But I highly recommend it because it's a perfect game. It's so good. It's so good. The plot is great. The missions are great. The whole theme of the game is great. It's a fun time.
It's great.
It is. And I love the music. The music is amazing. Yeah. And there's a wide array of Pokemon that you can be, hold on. There's a wide array of Pokemon that can be, like, the starter. Like, that's who you play. And you get to pick the partner.
I was Cubone. when I played the remake on the Switch.
When you played the remake of the original Mystery Dungeon?
For 2 days, I never played it again.
Yeah. I need to replay the remake still. I never finished it. My other favorite game of all time is Undertale.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not ashamed to admit it. There's a lot of stigma around Undertale.
Katie just.
Yeah.
Yep.
Katie has no clue.
Yep. She's been checked out for like 30
I
minutes.
know. I can tell that Katie is like exhausted.
She's like,
I'm just here.
To be fair, this is how I would be on a K-pop episode. If I was on a K-pop episode, I would be just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have like very small amounts of input.
Yeah, that's me with K-pop. I know who Blackpink is.
Yay!
And you think I am as average?
Average at best, mediocre at worst.
No.
Wow.
Excuse?
That's a new one.
Excuse?
Wow.
Same.
No, you know a couple other groups because of me.
Because of you.
Yeah.
How
You know
dare
who BTS is.
How
Everyone
dare
knows
you
who
not
BTS
know
is.
Monster X?
I don't know Monster X. I mean,
I am.
love Monster X.
You know ITZY because of me. And Kepler because of me.
I know the names. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's what I'm saying.
anything about them.
That's what I'm saying. You at least know their names.
Yeah, but I would be clueless. I would just be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Yeah.
There's not, like Hannah said at the very beginning of the episode, there's not a lot of crossover between me, Hannah, and Katie. Like, there's things that me and Hannah know, and there's things that Hannah and Katie know. There's not a lot that we all know.
Yeah. Oh, just wait until the next episode we have you in.
Yeah.
This is probably gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm.
However, hopefully we won't start recording as late that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
She gets to learn about football in
Yes.
that one.
It'll be a good time.
I know absolutely nothing.
And you can pick a team. You can pick a team.
At the start or the end?
The end.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can pick your favorite team.
Yes.
Okay.
There are 2 right answers.
There is one right answer.
I'm trying to be generous
There's
here.
one right answer, there's 30 wrong answers, and there's one very, very wrong answer.
Well, I know where you're from, so I know what you want me to choose.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not choose it just
Oh,
because
sweet.
of that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wonderful. Once in love, how she doesn't choose it just to spite me.
Yeah.
No, listen to your facts about everything.
Facts.
Well,
We have to have stuff
Not
typed up for
facts.
that.
Yeah, that's definitely going in with a script for that one.
Yeah. Or at least some notes jotted down.
They play with a ball and they keep score.
Yes. We are an hour and 12 minutes in. Would you like to move on to your next stage?
Yeah, I'll try to make these shorter than my other ones since we're an hour and 12 minutes in. But, so my 4th stage is my PlayStation 3 phase. This was just, like I said, all these phases are just as important as the other ones, but I feel like this phase was the most important because Phase 1 had one game in my holy quartet.
Yes.
Phase 2 didn't really have one. I mean, Mappy could be like a runner-up, I guess.
Yeah.
Phase 3 had one, which was Mario Kart Wii. This phase has 2, has the other 2. So, a backstory about my PlayStation 3. I got it on Christmas in 2011. I remember specifically. I got it Christmas 2011, so I would have been how old at that point?
12.
12. I would have been 12. So, back in those days, I was in middle school, obviously, and this was the time when it was PlayStation 3 versus Xbox 360. It was like the big thing. Every male that went to school with me had one, at least. And every single male that had one was talking about Call of Duty. That was just the times.
Yeah.
That was the times when Call of Duty was one of the best game franchises of all time. Now, not even close. But back then, it was everywhere. You couldn't stop it. It was like just growing and growing and growing. So like everybody's talking about Call of Duty and how fun it is and how much they're killing people and how fun it is, and I was like, I don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox, so I can't play Call of Duty. I could buy it on the Wii, but it's terrible, so I'm not gonna do that. And I remember I begged my parents for at least a calendar year, if not 2, to buy me a PlayStation or an Xbox. I wanted one so bad, just so I could play Call of Duty, just so I could not fit in, but just so I could talk to people about it. And I remember that, like I said, Christmas of 2011, I got my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is the 3rd game in my holy quartet.
Yes, it is.
So if you don't know, Call of Duty releases every year about November. And there's this huge stigma in Call of Duty that people usually buy it right when it comes out. And they have, back in the day, not specifically anymore because of skill-based matchmaking, ruined Call of Duty, completely ruined it. Skill-based matchmaking is obviously very self-explanatory. You play people who are on your same skill level. So it makes the game not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like always playing against people who are just as good as you, so it's like not fun. Back in those days, they didn't have that. So there was this huge stigma called Christmas noobs. People would buy the game when it first came out and they'd play the shit out of it for like a month. They'd get really good. And then the people who got it for Christmas would get online, have never played it. They're like really bad, don't know the maps, don't know the guns, don't know anything. And then the people would just absolutely shit on them because they were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a Christmas noob for sure. And I remember that I did not want to go online because I was scared. I was very scared of being a Christmas noob. So I remember for like the first month that I had it, I played like secondary modes so I could get good at the game. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everybody that's listening has heard of Call of Duty before, but if you haven't heard of Call of Duty, first-person shooter, you go around, kill people, that's basically it.
Yeah.
But it was just a very important game at the time, because I got the PlayStation 3 in that game for Christmas, that was it. I didn't get another game for it. So that was like my only game that I played. So, there's just so many memories about that game that it lands in my holy quartet because, like, I remember that it was, because I, obviously, like I said, was in middle school at this point, so, like, I remember I would wake up early, and you know how much I hate waking up early. Hate it. I would wake up early to play this game before school. I'd go to school, all day I'd be thinking about coming home and playing. I'd come home, I'll get home at like 3 o'clock, go, take my shoes off, say hi to my parents, run right upstairs. Play until dinner time, about 6, so 3 hours straight. Go down, eat dinner, go up, play until my bedtime, which was like 10. So that's another 4 hours. So I would play Call of Duty like 8 hours a day. On weekends, forget about it. Like there was literally...
There was no eating, no sleeping,
there
it was
wasn't.
COD.
Straight up. Like, literally, I would not eat all day, because I would just be playing. I would literally wake up at, like, I remember specifically, I would set alarms early on weekends, like, early, like 8 in the morning. Get up, 8 in the morning, and I would not stop till I had to pee, or I had to get something to eat. So, like, we'll just say 8 to noon, played straight, went to the bathroom once. Noon to 4, played straight. Got something to eat. Like, I got something to eat, had dinner, that was it. I would play for like 20 out of 24 hours of the day. Straight up. Like, that's how much I played it. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. And that's impressive because Call of Duty releases every single year, and there's a new one every single year. And obviously the people gravitate towards the new one when it comes out. So, like, to have hundreds and hundreds of hours before a calendar year is over, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And especially during the summer.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I put so many hours into that game. But yeah, that's definitely deserving of because it's just such a great game. I mean, I won't go into it that much because it's Call of Duty and neither of you have any idea about Call of Duty. Like, at least you know what Mario Kart is. It's just, you drive around and throw turtle shells at people.
I mean, I used to play Call of Duty with my brothers.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what it is. And it's like, it's hard if you don't know the differences between Call of Duties because, like, It's kind of like Madden and NBA 2K, where it's like it's just the same game every single year, and it's just like a fresh coat of paint on it. That's how it looks to an outsider who doesn't play them. So it's like, I won't get into it, but like Modern Warfare 3, very important game in my life. Wish that I could still play it to this day. The only thing that's sad about that game is that it heavily revolved around multiplayer, and it is now 11 years old. So people don't really play it anymore, so you kind of can't just get on and play like I used to be able to. So so that's kind of sad, but I can still get on. I have it on the Xbox 360, so I can still get on and play like by myself and like play against computers and stuff. So it's fun. And then this is the game that I think I'm gonna spend the most time on from my Holy Quartet. Hannah already mentioned it. You all know.
Yeah.
You all love it. It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
Fun story about Minecraft is I was an absolute hater of that game. Hated it because it was popular, and I was like, it was stupid. I was like, it's stupid. You just build houses. Like, it's stupid. Like, it's dumb. And I hated on that game. Anybody that said they played Minecraft, I'm like, you're a loser, dude. Like, I hate that game. Game's so dumb. Never played it at the time. Like, that game's just stupid. I don't understand why you'd ever play it. And then one day, I remember, it was around Christmas time, maybe 2012 or 2013. I was still on the PlayStation. I was playing with my one friend. And he's like, we were bored out of our minds, didn't know what to do. So we're just like in a chat talking to each other. Just kind of scrolling through our PlayStations, trying to find something to do. And he goes on the store page and he's like, hey, do you want to play Minecraft? I was like, ew, why would I want to play Minecraft? He's like, because we're bored and it was free at the time, like when it came out, like it was on a sale or something, like just to try it for free. And I was like, whatever, I'll try it, it's free. Like, I hate this game with a burning passion, but like I might as well play it so that way at least I can actually hate it and like not just be a hater of it. Played it, absolutely fell in love with it. I mean, it is just so fucking fun. I mean, Minecraft, I mean, it's like, that's the same thing as like Wii Sports, is like everybody has probably played it at one point or another. I remember I played it back in the day, and I still play it to this day, and like, I can definitely say wholeheartedly that is the game I've definitely put the most time into my life, 100%. Because there's so many memories I have of Minecraft. Like, I had a whole friend group that I played PlayStation 3 with. I talk to some of them now, some of them not really, but we would just get on, make a server, play on it for like a month straight, and then, well, more like a couple months straight. Play it for a couple months straight, and then we would get bored of it, and we'd make a new one and just do the same thing over and over for like 2 straight years. Just kept playing it. And then I still make servers with my friends to this day. I still play by myself to this day.
Him and I have made servers together.
Hannah played it for the very first time because of me.
Yes.
She had never played Minecraft. And
Until like 2019.
I'm like, dude, you gotta play Minecraft. So I gave her my Switch. I'm like, you're playing Minecraft.
And then I played.
I
would
not say she fell in love with it, but she definitely likes it. We will play it together. We have a world or two together.
I think we have 3.
Yeah, we play sometimes. We haven't for a while, but Minecraft is one of those games where you play it for 3 months and you devote your entire life to it, and then you don't touch it again for like a year. And then you play it again and you're like, how did I not play it for so long? It's just like, it's kind of like how I said Clash of Clans earlier. It's like a cycle. That's the Minecraft cycle. I still watch Minecraft YouTubers to this day. Dream.
Yeah.
Love Dream. Love Mr. Beast. He plays Minecraft. And I think that, in my opinion, Minecraft is just the greatest game of all time. Because there's just so much to do in Minecraft. There's mods, there's Minecraft Hunger Games.
It's almost endless.
It is almost. I think it basically is endless at this point. Like, there's so many mods, there's so many skins, there's so many things to do, there's so many buildings to build, there's so many just...
Just get on and dig straight down.
Yeah, it's absolutely impossible for anybody to fully experience Minecraft because there's just so much to do. So much to learn, so much to build, so much to do.
The first time I played Minecraft, I got on and immediately died.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
I drowned.
Well, that's how it usually goes. I mean, like, Minecraft is just such a learning curve, but it's like I could get on a server and, like, instantly go get wood and then build a house and then get food and all the while Hannah's running around collecting flowers, trying to tame a dog.
Yeah.
That seems like... Yep.
I have my priorities.
Yeah, so Minecraft is just fantastic. I love that game. If you don't love that game, you haven't played it. I mean, I just don't see how anybody could dislike Minecraft, coming from a Minecraft hater. Yeah, I guess people could say it's boring or the graphics are bad or whatever, but I don't know. To me, it's the perfect game. It's not my favorite game of all time, but I will gladly die on the hill that it is the greatest game of all time.
That's fair.
It's just there's something for everybody in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like I said, like Minecraft Hunger Games. There's like Bed Wars. There's pixel art. There's Pixel Mon. There's a Pokemon mod for Minecraft. Just grab a book out.
Oh, it's the question of the day.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll stop my tirade. Minecraft, amazing. If you have not played Minecraft, please play Minecraft.
It's fun.
Please play Minecraft. Look up a video on how to survive your first couple nights.
so you don't die.
So you don't drown like Katie. But just play Minecraft. That's the only game that I've talked about. I've talked about like a dozen or so games. That's the only game that I recommend to literally everybody. Is just, if you've never played Minecraft, please play Minecraft. It'll literally, like, and there's games that have come after it that are like not copycats, I would say, but like very similar, like Stardew Valley. Like, I don't think without Minecraft we wouldn't have Stardew Valley. I think without Minecraft we wouldn't have Terraria.
Yeah.
I think without Minecraft we wouldn't have
a lot of games.
A lot. Like, Minecraft is like a blueprint for so many games.
I found another game.
You found another game.
Yeah, he said Terraria or whatever the heck. And it reminded me of the first game I ever played.
Yes.
It was a computer game. Like an actual disc you had to put in the computer. Aquarium?
Good.
You remember that game?
Yeah.
No.
Great.
Yeah.
You just raised fish, and then there was like monsters that came and ate your fish.
Yeah.
Complete hell. Like, why are you eating my fish?
Sweet.
I used to play all the weird, like, knockoff tycoon games online, too, like Burger Tycoon and Fish Tycoon. Oh, another one?
Another one. Oh my god. It was on a... I don't think it was for the computer. It was on a console, but I don't remember what console it was for. Might be the PlayStation. Might be. It was called Gubble.
Gubble?
It was called Gubble.
I think I've heard of Gobble before.
And I sure it was an alien, and it was great. And he had to go around, and like I just remember he had to like take screws out and put them back in, and like it's like a maze thing, and like he couldn't touch certain things. It was.
I found him.
Did you?
I also
did.
found him.
It is Gubble.
Yeah, Gubble.
Woo! Gubble!
An addictive blend of action and strategy.
Game Grumps played it.
Fucking love Gubble.
I thought you were saying I fucking love Game Grumps.
I mean, they're super cool.
Well,
That's it. That was the first two games I played.
I love that.
Yep.
I guess instead of doing a longer talking section on it, we can just kind of name games, maybe? Since I know we're all tired. The episode's almost at an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just talk about our current games that we play a lot.
Yeah. Binding of Isaac.
I've found that when I was born and raised, I was a Nintendo kid, and then I went to PlayStation for a long time. And now I'm back to being a Nintendo kid. Love the Switch. It's probably my third favorite game console of all time. Love the Switch. But I've also come to realize that I love indie games. I really do. I love indie games.
Indie games are so fun.
Like, I never... the first indie game I ever played was The Binding of Isaac. It's still one of my favorite games of all time.
Yep.
And, like, just to name a few of the other ones, the really big ones, Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
Celeste, Shovel Knight.
Celeste, Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight. There's just so many.
So many.
But, like, there's just something about indie games. Undertale.
Yeah.
There's just something about indie games that is just so good. Like, just knowing that it was made by just one or two people, or, like,
a very small team of, like, 4.
And they just have a certain magic that big games from big developers don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Well, and Among Us falls in the indie category, too, because until it blew up, like, it was an indie game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the development team is still only, like, 4 or 5 people.
I would say, is Fall Guys an indie game, do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know if I classify it as one.
Fall Guys is fun, though. I love Fall Guys.
Fall Guys is great.
It's been my recent obsession.
Yeah. Gungeon. Never Gungeon.
Yeah, Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is very fun. It's a very frustrating game, but it's very fun.
Oh, that's another thing, Cuphead. That's another thing that I wanted to mention is that I have a really weird... I was going to say fetish, but that's not really...
No. Oh my god.
I have a weird obsession with hard games.
Yeah.
Like you said, Crash Bandicoots, like, it makes you mad, and then you quit, and then you want to play again, and then it makes you mad. Cuphead, just like that.
Yeah.
Love Cuphead. I love that game.
It's frustrating.
But holy fuck, it makes me mad.
Mm-hmm.
Cuphead, Meat Boy's like that. Shovel Knight is kind of like that. It's a little easier, but...
Yeah, depends what level.
Shovel Knight is like that.
Celeste.
Celeste is definitely like that. That game is fucking hard. But yeah, like, I love really hard games that are more, I think, like, I guess trial and error.
Yeah.
Where it's like Celeste, I could literally spend, like, an hour on one screen just trying to beat it. And it's like... It's such a mental thing, because it's like... You know you can beat the screen. You know it's not that hard, but you just keep making the same mistake, and it makes you mad that you keep making the same mistake, and then you finally don't make that same mistake, and then you die right afterwards.
Yeah.
And then you get even more mad, and you're like... I just love that cycle. Like, even though it makes me mad, even though it frustrates the fuck out of me, I love that cycle of just... Like, there's no relief than when you finally get past a hard boss, or a hard level, or a hard anything. That's why I got Elden Ring. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't really play Elden Ring as much, though. But I do love the concept of Elden Ring and Dark Souls. Like, I just love really hard games that are just trial and error, and that you have to devote your time and effort to beating a certain section of the game.
I think I should shout out the other 3... I don't know if all of them are indie games, but 3 other games that I had very big phases with over the last year. Super Auto Pets. That's a pretty big one.
That's an indie game.
That is an indie game, yeah. Super Auto Pets is a big one. It's free, so you can download it. It's fun.
Really cute. You should definitely try that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get it on your laptop. It's free. It's like an auto battler with pets.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, and they're like little... I'll show you a picture of it. But, like, they all have different abilities. And, like, they all help each other out, and, like, it's fantastic. You should definitely try it.
It is fun. Spelunky 2. I had a big Spelunky phase.
That's definitely an indie game.
And The Escapists. I had a very big phase with The Escapists as well.
Oh, okay. Oh!
Yeah, Super Auto Pets is fun. I really love all 3 of those games. Oh.
You just have to hit, okay.
Okay. Hold on, I have to get up. Ugh.
Coming at the camera.
Whoop. I'm here.
Whoa.
But I definitely had very big phases with all 3 games. If you've never tried any of them, I'm pretty sure The Escapists, it's the original one. I have not played The Escapists 2 or Survivalists or anything. But I'm pretty sure The Escapists on Steam and on Switch and stuff, it's only like $3 or $4 now, I think, because it's older. So I definitely recommend that and Super Auto Pets because SAP is free. I can't remember how much Spelunky 2 is, but I know it's more expensive than those two.
I recommend Stack Lands. I love Stack Lands.
Stack Lands is fun.
It's a newer game. I definitely recommend Stack Lands.
That's also not as expensive.
It's like $10.
I think it was cheaper. Yeah, I think it was $5.
$5. Stack Lands. Please try it if you haven't. It's on Steam. It's
very fun.
It's very fun. It's kind of like you know what a roguelike is.
Mm.
It's like a roguelike card solitaire kind of thing.
Mm.
And
it's very fun.
If you have the money, try Gungeon.
If you have the money, please try The Binding of Isaac.
Yes, that's where I was going next.
It's so good. I love that game.
Oxygen not included.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yes, please try Oxygen Not Included. We have to try it for the first time.
Yes.
I find it very fun.
Isaac is the game I have put the most hours into.
In our whole life of any game, period.
I have over 1,000 hours in Isaac. Combined on my computer because I have it on Steam and on Switch. I have over 1,000 hours combined.
I think out of all the games I've ever played, I probably put over 1,000 hours into like maybe 3 or 4 of them. Because like I think back of all the times, like I know for a fact I've put over 1,000 hours into Minecraft because Minecraft is endless. But like I look back at all the games and I think like I played the shit out of those. I definitely put 1,000 hours, and then you're like,
yeah,
1,000 hours is a lot of time. Like the more you think about it, so. I don't truthfully know the amount of games I put 1,000 hours into. I know that on Smash Ultimate for the Switch, I'm at like 250.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I played the fuck out of that, so maybe I haven't put 1,000 hours into that many games. One for sure, maybe like 2 or 3 more.
I have put 32 hours into Spelunky 2, which I feel like I've put a lot more in, but apparently I haven't. So, Stardew, Switch, and Steam combined, and I don't know how long I've played it on my phone. I've probably only put like an hour or 2 in on my phone because I don't like the controls as much. Which, there's only so much they can work with mobile games. Combined, I've put at least 110 hours into Stardew.
I think I put like 150 into Stardew. I love that game.
Undertale, there's obviously only so much you can do.
You can't really
Undertale.
put 1,000 hours into Undertale.
Yeah. But I have played it.
Thanks.
A lot.
Thanks.
Yeah, I really think the only game I've put 1,000 hours into is Isaac. Maybe if it would have kept track, maybe Alpha Sapphire, because I spent a lot of time playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, and maybe Guitar Hero too. But yeah.
I think the games I've probably spent 1,000 hours are my big 4, my holy quartet.
Oh, and My Sims. Duh. How could I forget My Sims? I've probably put 1,000 hours into all those games.
Have you even put 100 hours into a game?
Oh yeah, for sure. Donkey Kong, Aquarium.
Yeah.
Aquarium.
Gubble.
If I did not put 1,000 hours into any of the Guitar Hero games, any of My Sims games, or Alpha Sapphire, I have to be pretty close.
Yeah.
I 100% put at least 200 hours, and I know it's very hard to put 200 hours into Land Before Time fucking Game Boy game.
Good.
But I did.
I support that.
I wish every console kept track of how much time you've played games.
Right? It would be so nice to know.
Yeah. I wish I could see how much I played Minecraft, because I've played it on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, I've played it on my phone, I've played it on the computer, I've played it on everything.
On Switch.
Love Minecraft.
That's all I really have. We're all tired.
Yeah, I really don't have a lot more.
We're old. I'm ready for the question.
Alright, question of the day from the wonderful book. If I could go on a trip right now, it would be to...
See, I'm going to put a lot of thought into this.
Alright.
Because I have a couple places I would go.
I would say... I'm debating between 2. I'm debating between England and South Korea, obviously. I think I would say South Korea.
I would also say South Korea.
That's fair.
It was either that or Japan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm also torn between, I think, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just 2. I'm trying to think what my third would be. So I have 2 already locked down.
Yeah. Same. Big same, actually.
I'm just trying to think if I have a third, because I know I have 2 for a fact. And I'm just trying to think if I have a third.
You don't have to have 3.
I know, but I want to put a lot of thought into this question because it's important.
Don't forget Katie's phone is almost dead.
I know. I guess I'll just do my 2, and maybe if I think of a third.
Mm-hmm.
Japan, I'd love to go to Tokyo.
Yes.
I'd love to experience the culture of Japan. They probably do have this, but I wish there was like an English side of Japan. Like, I wish you could experience Japanese culture, but everyone speaks English, because it's hard. It's hard to go to a different country
Where you don't know
the
the
language unless
yes.
unless you have someone to translate for you, or unless you learn the language before you go.
Yes.
So it's I feel like I would love to go to Japan. I would love it. But I feel like the language barrier is just such a thing that would screw me up so much. But yeah, I would love to go to Tokyo. There's so many things about Japan that I'd love to see, video games and anime, and just the general vibe of Japan is just so amazing. I'd love to go to Japan. But obviously, this should come as no shock to anybody in the world.
I already know what it is.
You probably know what it is too. Chernobyl.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Chernobyl. Obviously, if you've listened to the podcast, you know why.
Yeah.
I love Chernobyl. It's not really a great tourist place to go. I mean, there's tours.
It's safer. It's
It's
a lot
safe.
safer
Yeah.
now.
I don't know if it's a great place to go right now.
Oh yeah, not right now. No.
Oh, yeah,
With
no,
the war in
not right
Ukraine, no, absolutely.
You know
not.
what I mean by safer right now. Like, radiation-wise,
Yeah.
it's safer.
I really
Yeah.
hope that they don't destroy it, or because I know the Russians. This is getting into the war in Ukraine.
Just don't go.
But I was gonna say, I just hope they don't destroy it. I hope I hope they don't tear down the buildings or tear down.
I don't think they will.
Because I know they overtook it from Ukraine. The Russians have control of Chernobyl.
I think they took it back though, because that was a couple months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was right when it first started.
So and I know that a Russian soldier, they ended up going in the Red Forest, and someone got radiation poisoning. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And I would that's one place that I really want to go before I die, and that's another place that I want to go before. Obviously, the buildings aren't going to hold. They're going to fall at some point. The Ferris wheel's going to rust away. Everything in Chernobyl is going to fall at some point. So I need to go before all that happens, because I would just love to see it in its natural state. Because there's something about Chernobyl, I mean, obviously that amazes me, but I just love the idea of ghost towns. Of just, seeing, and especially Chernobyl, because it's like a moment in time. You can see when it was evacuated. You could still go into people's houses, and they're still, I mean, obviously it's way decomposed and gone by now, but their bowls with their food in it, their clothes and shoes, and there's still clocks that they obviously don't work anymore, the big huge clocks, but it'd just be so cool to go there and see all this stuff frozen in time. It's just really cool. So yeah, I mean, those 2 are my big 2. I definitely want to go to both before I die, but I would love to see Japan. Japan is just beautiful. I love everything about Japan.
Whenever we go, we have to go in spring for the cherry blossoms.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I love cherry blossoms.
We should also make a trip to DC at one point, because they do the Cherry Blossom Festival down there, too. Obviously, it's not the same, but it would suffice until
until we make
going
a big
to Japan.
trip.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I've heard it's very gorgeous down there when the Cherry Blossom Festival is going on.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Tokyo.
So yeah, there we go.
We did
our question. Woo. We did video games. We did a little bit about board games.
I don't have a shout out for this week. So
sorry. Shout out to everyone that listens to us. Every single person.
We
shout out to
it.
you.
Also, shout out to Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? Shout out Atlanta. Hot Atlanta, you know?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where the Falcons play. They're kind of a poverty franchise at this point, but
That's okay.
shout out Atlanta. Shout out. I'm gonna give 2.
Okay.
All
I'm gonna
right.
give 2. Shout out Atlanta and shout out Birmingham.
Great. So random.
Shout
Which one?
So random.
all of them.
All of them.
Okay.
Everyone.
Every single Birmingham.
Woo!
Can I give one more?
Sure.
Shout out Wyoming.
The entire state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who in the world ever shouts out Wyoming? I feel like they're
Not
just
me.
kind of there.
No one really.
So shout out Wyoming. If you're from Wyoming,
Shout out.
huge shout out. Okay, I'm done with
All
the
right.
shout outs.
Thank
Alright.
you for
Uh,
listening to this episode.
Yep. Have great.
Have great. Thank you, Dustin, for coming.
Thank you.
I feel like it was a great episode because I was here, obviously. But
Yep.
I can't wait to be back for my next episode, whenever that'll be. For the
It's in
football
like a
talk.
month.
Month. All right.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right. Have great. Have night.
Have day.
Have day.
Have evening. Woo!
Yay. Can you get up and stop it so I can export this?
I guess so, dude.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh, my legs. Oh, they hurt. Oh, I'm dying.